Hi everyone, my name is Shanapa. I am from Karnataka. I did my graduation in civil engineering and MTech in structural engineering. I have total 4 year experience in teaching. I started my career as assistant professor in engineering college. Later, I joined Byju's as academic specialist, where I used to teach math subjects from grade 4 to grade 7. So total 4 year teaching experience I have, and I am a active listener, a disciplined person, and I always believe that communication skills plays very important role in teaching. So I have a skill of a particular persona which is student friendly teaching. I believe that students, if they are interact in the classes, it will be very easy for them to understand the concept. यानी कि जब students class में बात करेंगे, टीचर के साथ इंटरेक्शन करेंगे, टीचर के साथ बात करेंगे, जब डाउट्स पूछेंगे, तभी तो वो सीख पाएंगे. So I believe that student interaction is very important, and engaging each and individual students for his learning, it is very important role of a teacher to do in a particular class. Now, coming to the syllabus. So I just want to share my screen where I can present the entire CBC syllabus for 6th grade. Okay, so let me share my screen and please confirm if it is visible or not. Okay, I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Here you can see, this is the content plan for CBSE class 6th for the year 23-24 for 100 hours. Okay, so the entire syllabus is divided into some units. Okay, so let's start with one by one. This is the first unit, number system. So in this particular unit, we have the topics: knowing our numbers, playing with the numbers, whole numbers, negative numbers, and integers and fractions. Okay, so we are going to learn all these things in particular chapter, number system, right? So totally 20 hours is required for the all for classes. यानी कि हर एक क्लास में आप पहले कॉन्सेप्ट को पढ़े सीखेंगे, बाद में प्रैक्टिस क्वेश्चंस करेंगे, बाद में आप रिवीजन भी करेंगे. तो इस कंप्लीट प्रोसेस के लिए, इस पर्टिकुलर यूनिट के लिए, फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर चैप्टर वी नीड 20 hours. Okay, this is the first unit, that is number system. Coming to the second one, algebra. Okay, so algebra is one of the branch of mathematics. So in this particular unit, we have some topics like first we will learn, like we will know about the algebra. हम algebra के बारे में पढ़ेंगे पहले, that is introduction, and after that we'll come to know about, we will going to learn about variables, constants, terms, coefficients. Different definitions are there, basic definitions related to the algebra. उसके बाद हम पढ़ेंगे equations. उससे पहले हम एक्सप्रेशंस को पढ़ेंगे, एक्सप्रेशंस के बाद इक्वेशंस को आएंगे. देन इन द इक्वेशन वी आर गोइंग टू सॉल्व some problems, that is solving of an equations. Okay, so we have some different methods of solving an equations, right? Now again this particular unit, ये unit भी हमें completely सीखना है, तो from beginning to the end at least 15 hours is needed. Again this 15 hours includes the concept classes, practice classes, like we are going to solve some questions, sums, and the revision also. Okay, so 15 hours we needed for this particular unit. And the third unit is ratio and proportion, right? This is a very small unit, but it needs a lot of practice. हमें यहाँ पर practice थोड़ा ज्यादा करना है, क्योंकि कुछ नया जैसा है. अब तक 5th ग्रेड तक आप रेशियो, प्रोपोर्शन, ये सब कुछ भी नहीं पढ़े, तो उसके रिलेटेड यानी कि उसके आगे का पार्ट रेशियो एंड प्रोपोर्शन हम यहाँ पर पढ़ रहे हैं. व्हाट इज रेशियो? कंपैरिजन ऑफ थिंग्स. ओके, प्रोपोर्शन का मतलब रेशियोज जब इक्वल रहेंगे. सो रिगार्डिंग ऑल दीज अबाउट रेशियोज, प्रोपोर्शंस एंड यूनिटरी मेथड वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न इन आवर classes. Again, it needs 15 hours. Okay, so what is unitary method? A particular method solving a like arithmetic expressions, like simplifications, where we used to calculate the cost or the value of one unit first, then we'll going to calculate the value of the required number of units. Okay, so as I said, this particular unit, the classes which are engaged for this particular chapter, which includes practice questions, revisions, and the questions from the examinations, previous examinations. So in all the units, I am going to solve some previous questions from the previous examinations also. Okay, so this is the third unit. And the fourth unit was geometry. So in the geometry, we have 4 topics. First one is geometrical ideas, basic geometrical ideas like 2 dimensions, 2D figures, 3D figures. We have some 2D, 3D different figures. Okay. Again, the second topic was understanding elementary shape. Okay. Now we have symmetry. Symmetry is nothing but similarity. We can say same in shape, same in size, same in color. Okay. And a particular object is going to be divided into mirror identical halves. Then we can call it as it is symmetrical object. So in that symmetry, we have line of symmetry, mirror symmetry, reflection symmetry, different topics we have in the particular symmetry also. Then constructions using a straight edge scale, protractor, compass, construction of lines, okay, measuring an angle using the protractor, all those things we are going to learn in this particular unit, geometry. Okay, so again, this particular unit will takes 15 hours. Right? So this is the fourth unit, and the next unit was mensuration. Okay, under mensuration, only 3 topics are there, like introduction to mensuration, perimeter and area. But perimeter of rectangle, triangle, square, area of rectangle, triangle and square. So different figures we have. For that particular reason, we need at least 15 hours to learn this particular unit thoroughly, 100%, covering all the entire syllabus. Next, we have the data handling. Very, very, very important unit in 6th grade, I can say, because most number of questions are going to be asked on this particular chapter. It is very easy, but somewhat lengthy. Here you can see introduction to the data handling is there. What is data? How to organize the data? How to handle the data? All these things. How to organize the data in the table form using the tally marks. All those things which comes under the organization of data. Okay. Then we have some graphs, pictograph, like representing the data using the pictures is called as pictograph. And we are going to do the interpretation of the pictograph also. Then we also going to learn about the bar graphs. Okay, bars are used to represent the data, is called as bar graph. So this is a very, very important chapters, and here I am taking 20 hours to complete this chapter. Like I need at least 20 classes to complete, to teach all the topics with the problems, with the revision, and with the previous year examination questions. Then only it is very easy for you to understand this particular chapter. So here you can see totally 6 units in entire syllabus. First one is number system. We need 20 hours for all the 5 topics. Then we have the algebra. Again, 15 hours we needed. Then ratio and proportion, another 15 hours. Geometry, mensuration, data. So totally 6 units and subtopics. All these are divided in a content plan of 100 hours. Okay. Again, I want to repeat the same thing, that in 100 hours, it means in every class, first, students are going to learn the concept thoroughly using some pictures, videos related to the surrounding objects. They can relate it so that they can remember it, and they can understand easily, and they can remember forever. So such tricks are going to be used in a particular class to teach the concept. Okay, after learning the concept, like we know the basic now, then we are going to solve the sums. Before that, we have some formulas also. We will learn about the small formulas, how they organized, like how they are generated, and why we are using the formulas, and how to remember the formulas. We have some tricks. Then we are going to do the revision for the particular chapter. It means practice, like learn, practice, and revise. Learn, practice, revise. These are the 3 basic pillars of good performance in the academics. Okay. Now I just want to give the brief introduction about the chapter fractions. Okay. So let's learn about fraction. So first question. here you can see what is fraction. Yes, what is fraction? Okay, for example, we have a pizza. This pizza is divided into 4 parts. Okay, and we want only one part. If you want only one part out of 4 parts, we can write it as 1 by 4. Right? 4 is a total number of parts, which is denominator below the line. Bottom part that represent total number of parts in a given whole. Okay, then the numerator, that is the number above this line, upper part. Numerator is nothing but how many parts we are taking. If you write in the form of numerator by denominator, is called as fraction. So what is the definition of fraction? Part of a whole. Okay, entire part is there, whose entire whole is there, whose one part is representing in the form of fractions. Okay, so parts of the fractions are numerator and denominator. The upper part of the fraction that represent the section of the fraction, and the lower part, it is denominator. Upper part is numerator. Right. Now we have some types of fractions also. First one, proper fraction, improper fraction, mixed fraction, like fractions, unlike fractions, and equivalent fractions. Let's understand one by one. So here you can see the proper fraction. Okay, so we know that the fraction in the fractions we have the parts numerator and denominator, right? Okay, so the fractions in which numerator is smaller than denominator. Here you can see 1 is smaller than 2. Numerator is less than denominator is called as proper fraction. Okay, and the proper fraction value is always less than 1. So proper fraction is a fraction where numerator is smaller than denominator. Okay, then improper fraction. Improper fraction, here you can see the example. Just observe it. 9 is greater than 8. 9 is more than 8, right? So the numerator is greater than the denominator. We call it as improper fraction. Okay, improper fractions. So the proper fraction is a fraction where numerator is smaller than denominator, but the improper fraction is a fraction where the numerator is bigger than the denominator. Okay, then we have mixed fractions. These are very interesting types of fractions, because in this particular mixed fractions we will get 2 parts. Okay, first one is integer part, and the second one is fractional part. Okay, let's see an example. Combination of integer parts and fractional part is called as a mixed fractions. Okay, let's see. 3 is there. It is an integer. Okay, plus 2 by 3. 2 is smaller than 3. Numerator is smaller than denominator. It is a proper fraction. Together we can write it as mixed number or mixed fraction 3 2 by 3. Okay, 3 is an integer part, 2 by 3 is a proper fraction. Right. Now, we want to convert this mixed fraction to improper fractions. Improper fraction means numerator is bigger than denominator. How to do that? See, 3 is a whole number. Here 3 is a denominator. Here 2 is a numerator. We can call it as integer also. It is a whole number also. Okay. Now, what we'll do, we will multiply this integer into denominator. Okay. That is, we can write it as integer also. Integer into denominator. Okay. Plus numerator divided by denominator. Let's write 3 into 3 plus 2 by 3. 3 is the 9 plus 2 is 11 by 3. Okay. So we have converted mixed fraction to improper. Sir, now what to do if you want to convert from improper to mixed? Yes, this is also very easy. See here, improper fraction is 11 by 3. 11 is a numerator, 3 is a denominator. So just divide the numerator by denominator. Okay, 3 3s are 9. Subtract it, we will get remainder 2. Now, how to write in the mixed fraction form? Okay, first write the quotient here. Quotient is 3. Okay, now take the remainder in the numerator and the divisor in the denominator. So we will get in the mixed fraction form. I hope it is cleared, everyone. So the proper fraction is a fraction where the numerator is smaller than the denominator, and improper fraction is a fraction where the numerator is bigger than the denominator, and the mixed fraction is a combination of integer part and the proper fractional part. Okay. The next type is like fraction. It is very, very easy. Just observe. We have some examples. 1 by 7, 2 by 7, 5 by 7, 6 by 7. Here you can see all the denominators are same. Yes, exactly. The fraction with the same denominators is called as like fractions. Okay, so the fraction which have the same numbers in the denominator, same denominators, are called as like fractions. Exactly opposite to this, the fraction with the different denominators are called as unlike fractions. Here you can see 2 by 3, 3 is the denominator, 4 by 9, 9 is the denominator, 6 by 6, 67, 9 by 89. So all these have the different denominators. So they are called as unlike fractions. Okay, and the last one and very interesting, that is equivalent fractions. Okay, so equivalent fractions are the fractions where numerator and denominators are different. Okay, but they are equal to the same value. Okay, let's understand. See here, we have fraction 2 by 4 reduced to its lower form. We can reduce to its lower form, standard form. 2 ones are 2 twos are. So this fraction value is 1 by 2. Next, we have a fraction 3 by 6. 3 ones are 3 twos are. This fraction value is also 1 by 2. So both fraction having the same values, 1 by 2, 1 by 2. Then we can call it as they are equivalent fractions. Okay, so we know that a fraction is a part of whole. Then equivalent fraction represent the same portion of the whole. It means if there is a whole, equivalent fraction represent all the parts which are equal. Okay, equal. Because in one whole we have 2 halves, 4 quarters, and 2 halves are equal and 4 quarters are also equal. So they are equivalent fractions. So now how to get the equivalent fractions of any fraction? For example, we have 3 by 2 and we want to get the equivalent fraction. Okay, what we can do, we can multiply with the same number to the numerator and denominator. 3 to the 6, 6 by 4. Again, its value is 2 3 are 2 2 are 3 by 2. One thing. Another thing we can do, by dividing the same by dividing the numerator and denominator by same number, we'll get the equivalent fractions. To write the equivalent fractions, to get the equivalent fractions, we can do two things. One is multiplying the same number to the numerator and denominator, or dividing the same number to the numerator and denominator. Okay, so it's all about the equivalent fractions. Right. I hope it is clear. It's all about the 100 hours content plan and about the classes. Again, I want to tell you one more thing. All the classes are student-centric classes. What it means? Students are going to interact more in a class. Like how they can interact? By revising the previous class. Okay, so before we start any class, we will revise the previous class so that we can understand upcoming concepts easy. Like I believe that I'm a student-friendly teacher. This is my biggest strength, because engaging the students, nothing but you are putting effort to teach the students in the best way, right? So communication is very, very important. Two-way communication is very, very important. So looking forward for the upcoming classes. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.